What's up guys, Arrow Firearms channel back again today with another video. Today we're going to be looking at a gun that I was lucky enough to get my hands on and pick up. This is going to be the ROC TAC Ultra FS-HC. So let's dive right into this thing. Right off the bat, you could tell that the TAC Ultra is based off of a traditional 1911. However, this is ROC Island's kind of take in their own version of a 2011 because this is chambered in 9mm and it is double stack. So you get the same great features of a 1911. However, you get the shootability of a 9mm and the increased capacity as well. Like I said, same controls, so single action only trigger, thumb safety, grip safety. Ergonomics are about what you would expect with any other 1911, however with that one exception because it is double stack and 9mm. The grip is going to be wider than your traditional 1911s, which is fine for me because I'm used to shooting double stack polymer frame, 9mm guns, so that kind of lends itself nicely to me, and which is another reason why I wanted to pick this guy up. Something specific about this ROC Island 2011, you've got a skeletonized hammer here. It comes with a ambidextrous thumb safety. However, I did go ahead and swap that out to a driver side only, if you will, side safety, because only reason is because there was nothing wrong with the original ambidextrous safety. It's just I ride the gun really high on this side, so I'd never bumped it up during fire. However, I could feel it there, and I felt like it just kind of impeded me from getting as high of a grip that I wanted to on this side of the gun. So went ahead and swapped that out to a Wilson Combat extended thumb safety here, so that way I could still get my thumb on top of the safety, which is how I like to run 2011, 1911 style guns. So that way I can kind of counteract the recoil by pushing down this thumb safety. So yeah, went in and swapped that out for a single side only safety. So moving right along, you've also got these nice G10 grips. They look pretty good on the gun. I feel like they styled them pretty well, but more importantly, they do provide some pretty good purchase. I know some guys have complained that they aren't grippy enough, but in my experience, I haven't found that they're not grippy enough at all. I've never felt my hands kind of shifting under recoil whatsoever. I've got pretty oily hands as well, so if the gun was going to move, it would move. But luckily, that hasn't been my case in my experience, at least. On the front of the grip here, you do have these little lines here. Again, some people would have liked to see some checkering, much like they did on the back of the mainspring housing here, which would have been nice. But like I said, I really, guys, have not found any issues with grip slipping or anything like that. And then down here you do have a mag well here. It's nice and wide, so magazine insertions are super easy and you can do them relatively quickly. So that's nice to have, most definitely. So back here on the grip safety, you do have the memory pad, I believe is what they call it. On earlier 1911s, they didn't have this little memory pad, this little kind of raised ridge here. So in some positions, guys wouldn't be getting all the way on the grip safety, obviously causing the gun not to fire when they needed it to. So luckily, on this 2011 style pistol, you do have that kind of raised lip there, and I've never found it to be an issue. I've never not engaged the grip safety when I needed to. Moving forward, you do have standard magazine release and slide release / slide catch, whatever you want to call it. Nothing too crazy about there. The slide release is nice and beveled, so you've got a good contact kind of purchase area there. Same thing with the mag release there. It's kind of serrated, so you do have a nice positive point there to impact. Got a full length rail. This is a government size 1911, 2011. So you do have a full length dust cover here with the full rail. As you can see, I went ahead and attached a Surefire X300 weapon light to that rail. You've also got front cocking serrations and rear serrations, which is very nice. If you like to run the gun from the front, you guys like doing press checks or anything, that cool guy stuff like that, it's great to do. I found myself kind of running the gun from the front a lot because I'm kind of used to having red dots in the rear, and it kind of makes it kind of awkward to run a gun from the back. So I do find myself using those quite a bit, and they're super bitey, nice and deep cuts. So I found no issues with those slide serrations whatsoever. I found that I actually prefer them on most handguns nowadays rather than not. So up here on the sights, guys, we do from the factory get a fiber optic front and a 2-dot white adjustable rear sight. However, you can see that I did go ahead and make some modifications there. I went ahead and just took a tactical Sharpie and filled in the white because my favorite sighting option on a handgun as far as iron sights goes is fiber optic front and blacked out rear. It's just my personal preference. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the white rear. I just find fiber optic front and blacked out rear, it's a nice and simple sight picture, not a lot going on. I personally feel like I can focus on the front sight a little bit better, which lends to a little bit better shooting. So that's why I went in and did that. But nothing wrong with the factory setup. If that's something you guys want to do, if you pick this guy up, super easy. Take a Sharpie, just fill in the 2 little white dots, and you're good to go. So that kind of covers the overview of the gun. Now let's talk about my thoughts and performance of shooting. I've had this gun for about a week or two now. I've managed to put about 600 rounds through it, and it's been 100% reliably. I've run everything that I've had through it, remanufactured ammo, reloads, MagTech stuff, Blazer, Winchester, basically anything that I get my hands on nowadays, I've run it through here, and it's all run flawlessly. I've had no stoppages, no malfunctions, none of the regular 1911 malfunctions that you might see with other 1911s. So yeah, 100% reliability so far through those about 600 rounds. So I really can't complain there. Now, as far as shootability, this is probably my favorite gun that I've owned to shoot, just because it is kind of a heavier gun. So it's obviously it's a full steel gun, 41-40 steel, I believe. So that kind of gets the weight up there, kind of keeps the gun nice and flat in your hands when you're shooting. I found that I can control this recoil pretty much better than any other gun that I've owned. Glock 34s included, compensated, Glock 19, Glock 17 style guns. I just find that this has been the easiest to control, and the sights kind of track better than any pistol that I've fired, in my experience at least. Keeping on with the shootability, this is a super fun gun to shoot. My girlfriend gets out and shoots with me every now and then, and she absolutely loves shooting this thing. She shoots it very well. I think that's partly just the ergonomics of the 2011 style frame, the neutral grip angle, the weight of the gun. She really appreciated the blacked out rear that I did. She kind of subscribes to the same school of thought on the sights. So yeah, super shootable gun. Just a blast to shoot, really. And like I said, reliability has been 100% thus far. So awesome little gun so far. So the big reason I was so excited to be able to get my hands on this and pick it up was because I've been looking for a while. I wanted to get into the 2011 game just because I never have before. And pretty much you can't really find this pistol online anywhere. Pretty much every retailer that I've looked on online seems to be sold out, at least for the past couple months, with nothing really changing in that. So I was lucky enough to find this at a gun show here locally. Had to pick it up. It went for a decent price. It was pretty much the only one in that entire gun show that I could find. So I went ahead and picked it up. So yeah, the really great thing about this is that you get that 2011 style gun without that 2011 price point. As you guys know, if you're looking for a custom 2011 nowadays, you're spending at least $3,000, give or take a little bit of that. So when something like this comes along at a sub $900, sub $800 price point, it's kind of a no-brainer. To me, right now, personally, it makes more sense for me to be able to spend $800 or $900 on something like this and then put all the rest of that money towards ammunition and training, because ultimately that's what matters, ammunition and training. So yeah, this is a great option for anybody looking to get into the 2011 scene, but doesn't want to break their bank doing it. So obviously when you go from something like this to an STI or a Triarch or anything like that, fit and finish is going to be where you're going to see the most differences. But I'll tell you on this Rock Island here, at least on my specific model, maybe I just got a good one. The fit and finish on this guy has been absolutely amazing. The action is super smooth, smoother than any pistol action I have on any other of my firearms. Nothing kind of rattles around that shouldn't be, no weird noises or anything, nothing loose that shouldn't be loose. Yeah, just a great finished firearm here, at least in this Rock Island 2011. So I really can't complain there at that price point. The tolerances and stuff obviously aren't going to be as quite tight on something in a more expensive price point, but that kind of opens up a whole new topic as far as reliability and certain loads that the gun won't cycle. So yeah, awesome little gun here. Fit and finish, like I said, been phenomenal so far. So I really can't complain there. So that does it for my overview of the TAC Ultra here. As far as future plans on it, I just want to get a lot more rounds through it, see what kind of reliability it has down the road, some higher round counts. Also want to get a red dot milled on it at some point after I spend more time with the irons, because I do enjoy shooting this with irons only. So other than that, guys, that's been it. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on this video. If you guys can find this in stock somewhere, I highly recommend picking this guy up. The value of this is only going to go up nowadays. So yeah, guys, that's it for my review of the TAC Ultra. Hope you guys have a good one. Thanks.